Imagine a world without leaders. Would the United States of America be as strong and free as it is today without the brave George Washington? Would the great Roman Empire be a historical legend if not for the courageous and justice-craving Julius Caesar? Would Gotham City be a city of justice and vengeance without Batman? I'm sure all of us have come to a consensus that the answer to all these questions is no. Now imagine if you were to take away Centennial's Washington/Caesar/Batman. I'm afraid to tell you that this hypothetical situation has become a reality. I am leaving. Now you may be asking, why should we care? Half of us don't even know your name. And to that I say hello, fellow Chargers. My name's Tameemah Nabil, and today I'll be talking about why Centennial needs me. From the great impact I've had on the people around me, to the reputation I give the school as valedictorian, to the disasters that would occur with my departure. After today, I'll have you keeping me from stepping a foot out of this school. Don't believe it? You will soon. It is a bold statement to claim that someone has had an overall positive impact on the people around them. Though I assure you this is no understatement in my case. Delving deeper into the students I've helped in the Horrid Secondary 4 history curriculum, their grades have boosted by an average of 30%. That's more than what the final exam can be worth. Not only does this help the students, but the teachers as well. The teachers can sit back and relax as I do all the work of getting their students to understand the nitty-gritty details of a topic we learn in class. Did I mention I do this all for free? The only payment I need is the support of the students. Speaking of the support of the students, Centennial's valedictorians are students' choice, meaning they get to decide on who they think is fit for this honored position. Now, call me a nerd or a geek, but it is my life's dream to walk up on that stage and give a final send-off to my fellow graduates. I would argue on why I deserve this title, but let's be honest, it's useless to argue something so trivial. If anything, this would benefit Centennial more than it would benefit me. If Harvard saw that Centennial was responsible for one of their greatest students, they'd be bound to accept more, leading Centennial to surpass not only Heritage in the school rankings, but maybe even all the schools in Quebec, or maybe even Canada. If that's not the case, Centennial will still be placed on the map when I become Prime Minister. The chances of that are slim, but never zero. Are you willing to take that gamble and risk losing it all by letting me leave Centennial? That would be the only thing you'd regret with my departure. Apocalypse is a funny word. Google defines it as an event causing destruction or damage on an awesome or catastrophic scale. Looking at that, the first scene that comes to my mind is the second I exit Centennial. Let me paint you a picture. Students struggling to find an understanding tutor who's willing to teach them for free at any time of the day. Centennial being stuck lower than Heritage on the school rankings. That's only the start of it. The bridge of connection between teachers and students falling apart, as there's rarely anyone who can understand and express both sides' concerns. Centennial may not realize it, but my presence may just be the backbone of our entire grade, and soon enough the entire school if they got me to stay. To let me just vanish like that is putting an entire graduating class in peril. In my almost 15 years of living, I have never met another student who has the voice to express these concerns. In the meantime, Centennial has no choice but to stick with me. Teacher, student, administrator. It doesn't matter who you are. All that matters is you acknowledging the dire requirement of keeping me in this school. The school will always have my heart, from the relationships I've made along the way, to the genuine shot of valedictorian that I had, to the withdrawal effects if I were to leave. I'm sure there's a student out there who can replace me, and maybe even surpass me in my wishes. Until that day comes, it is in Centennial's best regards that I stay here. My parents, Julie Donovan at Concordia.ca and Fears.MidAtlanticCollege.ca, are my main targets, though I can't get my thoughts through to them without the support of my fellow Chargers. Now the question is, after all this, would you want me to stay?